Well, hi there. This is Doug Cubbin, producer director of TheFort. It's Saturday the 20th of October. It's about 6 o'clock, I think. I briefly had a meeting with Jordan, who plays Huber, in town today at the Crumbling Cookie. Just to little chat about the trip to Dover, and also I wanted to pick up some boots, boots for two of the actors, including Jordan. Just some black boots to go with the uniform. Fortunately, seemed to pick up what we needed from Irish, I think it's called, just in the middle of Leicester, and it seemed they seem to do the trick, so that's good. There's a couple of final bits arriving next week. They're sort of personal items for a couple of the actors, so I won't tell, as usual. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, because they certainly one of the items is very germane to the story, so I don't want to go into that. But let's just say, at the end of the day, I'm trying to show a bit more about, how the German soldiers kind of spent their time, as much as certainly in a lot of areas of the war, certainly until the last last few big battles of World War II. There was actually a lot of time spent doing nothing, just waiting around for effectively the battle to start. Perhaps even more so on the Allied side. But anyway, the point is, I just want to show a bit more about what they were doing in those sort of non-battle times, how they spent their time, etc., etc. That's enough on that point, I think. So that was good. Got those boots. Couple of more items in a row next week, and a few other bits and pieces arrived during last week. One of those things was a replica K98, and I've actually got it here. Okay, so this is a well, it looks like more or less like an ordinary Mauser K98. Actually, it's a kind of official film prop that I managed to pick up pretty cheaply, actually. So the triggers, the belt, the bolt is obviously, it's all fake. It's actually made out of resin, so it's still got a bit of weight to it. But it's much less than the proper one, and the idea is for those actions that perhaps a bit more rough, which again, spoilers, I won't go into. I thought it was a bit risky with the very weighty K98, but also I didn't want, more importantly, I didn't want the K98 damaged, as that's an original sort of 1944. Dry firing weapon, so I didn't want to really damage that. It's great for looks and stills, and certainly in the main originals will be used, but in some parts we'll use this resin one. Actually, just now when I went to pick them up, because I've got three now, I picked up the one of the originals almost by mistake. It's definitely looks the business. It's got a good sling as well on it. So anyway, that's one of the main things. It's slight extravagance in buying it, because I was working out ways of getting around that sort of bit of dropping a rifle and stuff like that. But then that came up suddenly on one of the websites I use a lot of, and it was a lot cheaper, very cheap actually, than what I expected. So I went for it. I don't think you see them very often. Well, certainly I haven't been able to find them. Anyway, so that's good. That's another thing, another prop sorted. So the main thing is at the moment I've just got to source a bit of Hessian for the sniper rifles. Still got to do that. So, but I've got a way forward on that, but I'll get that sorted next week. And then next week I've got both two of the actors coming in to round to my house to test the uniform, to try them on, make sure everything fits. The officers, the officers got jack boots, for example. They better fit. There's no getting out of that. So there's that. Already had Jordan round. Sorry, I went round to his actually last week, just in the morning, and sorted out his stuff. Trousers, the camo trousers, far too big. I mean, basically, it was the trousers were of comedy value, really. Red shoes and red nose, and you'll be away. But fortunately, it looks like I've got some help there to alter those. So that'd be good, because all this is in preparation for a week tomorrow, which is the trip to the main location. Perhaps more details about that a bit later, but later in the week or even on the day. But so that's important, because there's about 15 of us all going down. So we've got all four main cast, and at least the four who are in the story. Their part of the story is set in that environment, and then quite a decent sized crew. Got all the right people there. There'll be lots of photos taken. I'll probably tweet a few things from location, and it's going to be great, and it'll be and lots of things will come off it. We'll come from that. Let's see enough on that, really. Let's leave that as a bit of a surprise thing. But what it all means, plus a shoot in a couple of weeks' time. In fact, there's two. Then what that all means is it all comes together, and we will have more than enough material for the first sort of teaser of the film. And the big news is that the planned release of that teaser is November the 14th, which coincides with the open evening at 7.5 Productions at the Phoenix in Leicester, the Cultural Quarter, where people will be able to come in and see lots of 7.5 things going on. Again, more detail on that closer to the date. There's still a few things to be ironed out, but it looks like that's going to be a great evening, and there'll be other details about other productions, such as Kenton Hall's Father to Fall, which is a feature, and Richard James's Celeste, which is a great script there. So there's all kinds of stuff going on there, but I'll put in this video blog a lot more detail, so people can know exactly sort of when, where, and what, etc. And there's free booze, well, glass of wine. Which is always surely a good enough reason to come along. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I will, let's see, probably give an update, another blog next weekend. I think there's a lot going on this coming week. Great deal of preparation, and my work actually is pretty busy as well. So it's all gone. It's all going, and it's all going well. And it looks like certainly in my mind, in terms of general schedule and that sort of thing, we're pretty much on that, and very happy with the way things are going. A lot more work to go, loads, and there'll be some big updates to the Facebook page, the website, and indeed the video blog over these coming 2 to 3 weeks. So watch all these spaces, as I say. Okay, thank you.